Yeah, the title was, it took a while before we came up with it. And a title, strangely enough, for me is always one of the most difficult parts of the process. Like, I don't want it to be too explicit, but at the same time not too abstract. So I don't exactly remember how it evolved, but obviously, like among us or between us we got the chance to make a film about this kind of community who shared kind of like a secret with each other. So it's between them, but also the question is, with this title, should we give them a place in society? Do they earn that, and how do we deal with those people? I always say in the Netherlands there's a lot of debate that the pedophiles, you know, they want to deny this, but I think they exist, so it's a fact. So the way is how to deal with them, or how to give them like a stage, or how to talk about their emotions. Yeah, so that were like the two levels that. Yeah, it started with the previous film. You also know Escort, and I think like that's very different from this film in form. But on the other hand, like on a thematic level, I think Escort is about the morality of a group, of an organization, and an individual who wants to fight against it. So there's kind of a conflict between morality or and kind of instinct of justice or whatever. And when I was thinking about making a film about pedophiles, I was thinking, okay, what interests me, and it was mostly this conflict between a kind of morality and more an instinct. And I thought, if I select, like you mentioned, these pedophiles who are very self-conscious, often high educated and quite intelligent in kind of way. I thought I can explore this theme in the most extreme form, because they have a very strong rational thought, but still their feelings, their sexual attraction to children is also there. So that was the reason to choose this kind of pedophiles. I could also choose pedophiles who abuse children, but there was no interesting, deep conflict, I think. There was a conflict, but this conflict I found more interesting. And then what we did, we put a message on a forum in the Netherlands with like, we wrote that we are looking for these kind of pedophiles. And then they responded, a few of them, and we started to have conversations on the basis that it had to be anonymous. And so we built a relationship, like a kind of confidence with each other. And then after like 2-3 months, we decided, okay, these three, I wanted a young person, an older, and someone in the middle. So that were the three protagonists that we that eventually got in the film. Yeah. Only the voice was like a forced limitation because of the difficulties and the repercussions they could get when they were with their real faces on camera. I mean, the pedophiles we interviewed, there's a lot at stake for them. They all have like good careers or good jobs. So if they are in the open, they will lose this kind of job or anything. So we knew we can't film them. Okay, so what's next? We recorded the interviews, and what I found interesting, that during the interviews I discovered kind of like a dramatic structure that they all shared. And it's very classical. It's like someone has a problem, I'm a pedophile, and he has to find a way to live with it. And on that way there are many obstacles, But in the end, they found a solution for themselves, which is a platonical way of love. So when we had that, okay, we had this, I noticed, okay, the dramatic structures in the sound, which is not normally in film, it's in the visual line. So then we had to think of, okay, how can we, like this world, this other way they are in reality compared to heterosexuals like us, how can I make it stronger? So we were looking for a form that was coherent to their approach to reality, because they were standing outside, they were experiencing the world different than we do. So that's how we chose to do slow motion and in black and white. So it was, we wanted to abstract it from like the real world. And also because the audio was so important, the sound and what you listen, you need time to think about it. When we tried just real-time images, 25 frames, you were distracted the whole time by the images. So the slow motion form was also a way to have the concentration as an audience on the sound, on the storyline, on what they said.